You see it with Whittaker because Whittaker's a great striker. He's a tough guy, but he had holes in his game that maybe he didn't even know he had. But you could see.
You know what it was? I got in his head, and everyone, like, when I can see this kind of stuff, man. Before the fight, the press conference, when he was talking and acting all unbothered and stuff like that, and I was like, what? He's acting out of character. He put this meme up, right? And then people thought I was affected by the meme, but all that showed me was like, you've never talked shit or poked fun at anyone you're fighting, but somehow suddenly you're poking fun at me. That's showing your first card, showing your first hand, and a lot of things he did throughout the backtracking and whatnot. I was like, you're showing me your hand. You're acting out of character. Even my coach said the same thing. And I said, just do what got you to the dance. Don't try and talk shit with a guy who knows how to talk shit. I know he knows how to talk shit with his friends and shit like that, but not with me, the internet kid. It's different. Don't make memes against me. I'm the meme majesty. So I could see him pacing back and forth like a caged animal. And the whole time, like, he was the hunted and I was the hunter. So I was watching him and I could feel it, like, you're not really about this. And he's trying to hype himself. Let's fucking go. And I could just smell that. And when I went in my stance, I started whoop, whoop. Like, this is something I was doing during sparring, like during my training camp. So it was just triggering this like muscle memory in my head. And I was just having fun. There's a point I looked at him, I kind of smiled like, fuck yeah, I got this. And I just knew from that point, man, I was honest. And the first round, I thought I lost the first round without the knockdown. I still had the round.
It was a brilliant performance. And the knockdown at the end of the first round was essentially the end of the fight.
Yeah.
He was fucked up. There was a bad knockdown. You could see when he went back to his corner, there's a moment where you see his eyes are just not quite there.
Where am I? Like, after even before the second round, he stood up. And when Kelvin rocked me, after I got rocked, my first time being rocked in the UFC, in the second round, before the second round, I was like, all right, let's go, let's step it up. He was looking at the screen. Robert was looking at the screen like, what hit me? What hit me? And I was like, hey, that's done. Focus on me right now. And he went, I was like, all right, then let's go. He hit Anderson Silva in the face clean. I'm like, you don't understand this. Anderson is playing the game where me and him are playing this game. So when I hit him, I didn't hit him clean. I'm not trying to hit him where he is. I'm trying to hit him where he's gonna be. But then he knows that as well. So he'd anticipate that and then pause. The distance is just right, so it just nicks him. There's a time I kicked him in the face and I slowed it down on my Instagram. It just went and just like my toe, literally, you see my toes, they're ugly as fuck. Like, it just nicked the top lip.
Is goddamn, I would have loved to see that fight when Anderson was 10 years younger and you are at where you're at right now.
I'll tell you how it goes.
How's it go?
Same way it went. You know why?
Why?
He's never had someone do to him what he's done to people. Because what I was doing to him, making him jump, making him do, whenever he did this, that's all fugazi. That's all oh, you made me faint.
Fugazi is?
Make him jump or make him react. You know, like, I got you. He'd be like,
right.
Trapping hands, kung fu, 52 blocks.
Right.
Like, but it was no.
Well, he didn't. He went through his career fighting really good fighters, great fighters, but never an elite kickboxer.
Yeah.
Never an elite world-class kickboxer, like a world championship caliber fighter like yourself.
Not a kickboxer, but definitely some, like you said, good fighters. But all the guys that he beat of that era, they couldn't last in this era. It's a different time now. The game has changed. The game keeps evolving, and a game of fake, a game of gotcha. Right. And I do that better than him. Yeah. I feel that. And dude, this is the guy I've loved and I've, fucking gagged and jizz about him the whole fucking career. Like, he's the fucking, I use wrong words. Pause. Play. Fast forward. But like,
I know what you're saying.
Literally, like, I've fanboyed over the guy his whole career and I've studied him. I knew what he was gonna do before he do it. Like, when he tripped me, I was getting up and in my head I was like, okay, here come that flying knee. And then whoop, I did, like, literally I pressed eject. I was like, get the fuck out of Dodge straight away. Like, honestly, I was like, I'm not. And then he just humped the cage. Like, at one point, even I hit him in the tummy. Oh no, did he? I hit him in the tummy, and he touched me in the tummy, and I was like, he goes, let me try. I was like, no. You didn't catch that. Or even when I won, his back against the fence. This is what he did to Bisping, and he front kicked him in the face. He's like, come on, it's okay. And then, like, kind of sat there. And at one point, I was just stood there. I was like, I'm gonna wait too. And it was maybe like 7 seconds, but just a split second in there that I was just like, holy shit, I'm fighting Anderson Silva. Nah. And I was like, fuck off. Nah, this is my time. And I begged him. I was like, nah, he's right here. Then he came to the center of the cage, and then we kept it going. But
look at right there.
Yeah. This right here is going to live forever.
God damn, that picture. Look at that picture.
After I'm done fighting with what I'm going to do in this game.
Oh, my God.
It's for moments like this. Fuck the belt. It's iconic moments that, you know, like Ali over Sonny Liston. I did the stance Rock Lee normally does in the weigh-ins, and Anderson stood there like Gara. But he probably doesn't even know what that is. But he just stood there like this. And shit like that, it's a taijutsu fight. It's just like when life imitates art without even trying. You know what I mean? He might not feel the same, but he's a guy
think he does. I think he does.
And he told me like he let me know what to do. He told me, like I said, don't lose focus. And that's why even right now, like I said, FOMO, I'm like, you know, all this shit is cool. This victory tour, you know, parading this shit around. It's nice, but I want to work.
Yeah. That's the attitude that makes champions.
100%, man. Yeah, I want to make sure I want to do what Demetrius did. I want to do what Silva did, you know? I want to be one of those guys who just racks it up, get all the infinity stones.
All the gems. Now, what happens if they overrun the outside of this thing with gems?
Give me a new belt.
Give me a new belt?
Yeah,
They used to give you a new belt every time.
I know. I'll stop putting these ones. I'm the double interim champ.
You got it. Why say double? You keep saying that. Double interim.
Double interim. I don't know, because
Robert Whittaker's the champ.
Yeah, he was.
You knocked him out. You're the champ.
Because when I was there, you know, even my last fight, I feel like it's my first title defense, to be honest. Because I was waiting for something to change. I was waiting for that feeling that I had in Atlanta, but it never came. And within 3 days, I felt like I just defended the belt, because technically I was the champ as well. And if he had beat me, he'd have got one of those rubies you put on this. So I'm looking for my ruby as well.
They get a ruby?
Yeah, like that's the thing. You know how I used to get a new belt?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get a new belt anymore. So what they do is you send this off. This isn't actually my one. I've sent it off.
This isn't yours?
Yeah, but
you sent yours already.
I sent. You take this plaque off, this plaque on the side, and then you send it off. Then they put a ruby and send it back to you.
They put a ruby in the plaque?
Yeah, so you collect like the infinity stones or whatever.
Oh,
yeah. So I got the soul stone.
Shit.
But then there was a point when we moved gyms, and I just kind of, all right, put it in this box with everything else. And then he kind of posted about it because he saw like, okay, the switch happened. Like, it's game time now. So same thing. I'm doing my tour right now, victory tour, walk around, do all this shit. But then even being at the fights last weekend, I got FOMO because, you know, after the fights, I see what's up, people talking about me, rah. So I'm like, man, I got to get back to the gym. So when I get back, I don't even look at this thing.
That's interesting. So you're aware that you could get too into the moment.
Yeah.
You can get too wrapped up in the fact that you won the title and maybe slack off a little
100%.
or maybe take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. Because I mean, a lot of people, this is their goal. They're like, I want to become the UFC champion. They get it done. And then what happens after in their next fight? They lose it. Or they lose track of what really matters. So some guys, like Kobe, for example, he's walking around with the belt. When Usman whips his ass, or if Usman whips his ass, then what's going to happen? You're going to walk around with that belt? How are you going to feel?